Greatest temptations I'm facing right now is getting lazy with my style and saying I ain't appreciating my style.
Hey guys, this is Brian here with another Ruger Gun Guy Next Door review. Today we're going to be looking at the Ruger LC9. One of the reasons I decided to go ahead and purchase this gun is because I got my concealed carry permit. It was a very easy process to do. Filled out the paperwork, got a picture, waited the time that it took to get it in the mail and get it back, and very easy process, and now I can legally carry concealed. One of the things I did after I bought this was I got a good holster, and I'll talk about that here in a minute after I go through the gun. But came in a bag, didn't come in a box, which is okay. And I've had this gun now for 5 or 6 months. I put a small hoe grip on it to give me a little bit better grip, but I love Rugers. As you can tell by username Ruger Gun Guy Next Door, I've got a lot of Ruger guns. I like the simplicity of them. I like the ease of breaking it down. You can go ahead and show you guys there's nothing in it. It's completely empty. One of the things about this gun is it has a lot of safety features, which Ruger's starting to put out. It has a loaded chamber indicator, which if there's one in the barrel, you'll see this loaded chamber indicator will pop up. It's red on the sides. There's no missing it. So that's nice to know. It doesn't affect it in the holster or anything like that. It has a magazine disconnect so that when it's cocked and even it's off safe, you can't pull the trigger with no magazine in there. Put the trigger in, once again, then you can pull the trigger. Okay. And it also has a manual safety here, which is nice if you've got it cocked. You can put the safety on, you got one in there, you can leave in your holster, you pull it out, and just like a 1911, not just like, but same feature, you can flip that off and go straight towards your target or whatever you're shooting at. I got the one with the Laser Max laser. It was actually only $60 or $70 more. It's nice to have a laser. You know, it comes in handy. The switch is a little bit far up for me, even when I grip it, so you got to kind of reach forward to switch it on, which isn't a problem. But it's nice to have on there in case you need it in your low light situation. But it's a great little gun. One of the complaints I do have is the trigger pull on it. It has a very long, hard trigger pull. You can watch it break. It just takes forever to get back there. Okay, but if you spend time on the range, you spend a lot of time on the range, you put a lot of rounds down range with this, you get used to it. It's not my most accurate gun, but I'll own you within 15 yards. I mean, you know, this is not something you're gonna try and pick somebody off at 50 or 60 yards. This is, you know, self-defense. This is something you're gonna be carrying on your side, and it holds 7 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber, so that's 8 9mm rounds. I use the Hornady hollow tip, and you know, that's plenty of power for me. And it's a single stack, so it's very thin. And I put this hoe grip on there to give me a little bit better grip. Now, when I'm carrying, I prefer to have the flat bottom on the magazine instead of the pinky extender. And the reason is because when I'm carrying, I carry it on inside the waistband. I have a Crossbreed holster, and if this actually makes a big difference of catching on my shirt or sticking out, it makes it kind of hard and uncomfortable when I'm carrying. So shooting wise, it doesn't make a big difference to me. So I like just the regular flat bottom on that. One of the things you can do, I talked about the trigger being tough. Galloway Precision, you can take your hammer and your trigger bar and you can send those in, and for $40 they'll modify it and send it back. And from what I've seen on the reviews and their YouTube videos, it shortens up that trigger pull a lot. And so that's one thing I've got to do. I'm going to do that here pretty soon. I've just got to get up the nerve to take this stuff apart and get those out and then send it off to them. But for 40 bucks, you can't beat it. I've heard nothing but great reviews from them on that. So one of the things I love about Rugers is the simplicity of the takedown. Now you've got a little tab you'll break down here, and you've got a breakdown pin that you'll push out, and it comes apart. And there's your 4 parts right there. It doesn't get much simpler than that. So easy to clean, so easy to break down. 5 parts if you include the magazine. And very easy, once again, to put back together. You drop your barrel in, your spring in. Now, Galloway Precision has replacement springs, everything you could want to customize your gun. Don't lose your takedown pin. Drop it back in. Put your tab back up and you're good to go. You're rock and rolling again. So it's a great carry gun. I like it. It's very top heavy, which is good. I can control it. Some ladies may have a problem with it. My wife doesn't necessarily like it as much because it does jump in your hand. And like I said, with Ruger, I haven't had any problems. At first, the front sight was actually so loose in this dovetail that it was sliding out and almost falling out. So I got with Ruger. They sent me a return envelope with prepaid shipping and everything. I sent the whole top slide in, and they sent me a whole new one back with a new front sight on there that actually has a small little pin in it that locks it down. And that was within 3 days they had that back to me. So that was awesome. You know, Ruger customer service once again. So like I said, Crossbreed holster. Well, let's look at the holster. It's a leather holster. You can adjust it by moving the screws in the screw set. You know, here you can cant it so it angles or leans. But I wear this on my strong side, not in the bag, but on my strong side. And the leather has really conformed and it fits wonderfully. When I first got it, the gun was very, very tight in the holster. But after a bit, it is kind of loosened up a little bit. It's still not so loose that it falls out. You can see it moving a little bit, but it doesn't fall out even if it's turned upside down. But it's loose enough to get it to quickly draw it out. So it doesn't mess up the front sight. It works very well. It's definitely worth the money. I'd definitely buy another Crossbreed holster again. So I'll put the link to Crossbreed holster down there, Precision Galloway. If you're thinking of getting a concealed carry gun, you can't go wrong. You know, some people call this a pocket gun. It's a little bit big, a little bit heavy. I think for me to even go in a cargo pocket, I wouldn't put it in there without a pocket holster. I don't think that's very smart. But they do have pocket holsters for these. And it's a very nice gun, especially for carry. So go out and buy your Ruger LC9 and you won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later.